Good morning, everyone. I hope you're doing great. My name is George, and this is the daily Sitrep, where we'll take a look together to what happened last week. We will find some levels together, a trading plan, and basically we will see together what is the next important move, a probable next important move on the Bitcoin chart. Obviously, we will take a look at ES and DXY for the correlation, and maybe if we have time at the end of this stream, I'll answer some questions in the chat. I will try to keep this as short as possible because we're all here to trade. So I want to give you my opinion about what's going on right now on the Bitcoin chart, and after that, obviously, we can start to trade this asset, Bitcoin. Okay, so let's start with this. As usual, I would like to start on a high time frame, daily time frame, and only with this level. This level was a very, very good resistance. I mean, resistance, right? So this is a very, very important SNR flip level in my opinion. So definitely we need to keep an eye on this level. So that's why most of the time I like to start with this level on my chart and this level alone. Basically, last week we've seen this push to the upside, right? Where we had, if you remember, we had that golden pocket here in between, right? And in my opinion, it did the job, right? So we have here golden pocket and then the retracement. So definitely that was a very good scalp, starting as a scalp, a very, very good day trade. And I talked about this scenario in February, if I remember correctly. I think it was on the first public live stream, right? So we've seen this, the price got acceptance below this level, which is definitely something that you want to see, but in the same time, you want to see confirmation. Confirmation means comes from changing market structure and losing a couple of levels, right? So after this move, and don't get me wrong, this was a good move. This was, I mean, down to the lows, that was a almost 10% move. So that is huge, right? Also, it was, in my opinion, that was the possibility for a swing trade. But as a trader, you need to be open to more upside and to more downside. So you need to be open to a bullish or a bearish scenario. You don't have to hold a bias. Now, in this area of the chart, this is clearly resistance, right? I mean, the price was trying to get acceptance above this level. We have a swing failure pattern here and then the continuation. But in the same time, we can see here that the price was forming this range, right? So we've seen this, that's nice. The price is taking some lows, so we get some confirmation about the change in market structure. But most of the time you would like to see, so instead of this range, so 1, 2, 3 days ranging here, you'd like to see something like this. So instead of a range, you want to see something from here, for example. That's good. The price takes some lows, then it moves here, and then you would like to see a new lower low forming on the chart. Lower high, lower low. That would be some confirmation for more downside, but instead of that, we've seen a range forming here. Usually when you see a range forming, the possibilities for the local trend to continue are increasing, especially if the consolidation is below our resistance. So consolidation below resistance, that by definition is bullish. And last week, I updated my team about this situation. Also, we had a weekly level here. I think I deleted that one from my chart. Let's see. I guess it was this one, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, we had basically this weekly level, right, holding the price there, right? So definitely when you see something like this, I can't remember if it was this one. Well, really doesn't matter. But like I said, in situation like this, you would like to see the price pushing to the downside, continuation, bearish market structure, and losing level. Well, that never happened. So if the bearish scenario is invalidating, what's left is more upside, right? More upside. And we can see right now the price is pushing, right? So for the moment, and starting with this area, right, which I explained in the last public stream last Monday, what happened here. So it was really simple. If we enable this range, the range that we had here, remember I was expecting for this area, value area low, and also the point of control was here. But other than that, the price, the point of control, sorry, the point of control moved somewhere to this area, and that it's a good sign because a lot of traders, they want to get involved here, right? And if they are smart traders, and they were smart traders in this area, you're looking for a long. So when you see something like this happening, the chances for that support to hold is increasing. Okay, but that is history now, and this is a new week, and we need a new trading plan. But just to learn from what happened 2 weeks ago and last week. So definitely when you see something like this, I mean, this was a very nice trade, but other than that, when you see something like this, consolidation below resistance, that by definition is bullish, and most of the time this will break to the upside, where obviously we do have this level, right? So the level to trade here was this one for a possible swing failure pattern, right? Let me mark this one as a swing failure pattern, and that was the only trading idea there, right? But instead of a swing failure pattern, we've got this. We've got the price pushing through this level, backtest, you can see here the backtest, and more upside. So for the moment, we don't really have weakness on the chart, especially when you see something like this, very important levels flipped from resistance to support, claimed, backtest, and another push to the upside. So this is not weakness right now on the chart, and very important, this level is claimed, right? So remember, resistance, claimed, and more upside. So definitely up to this point in time, we don't really have bearish price action, right? So that's one thing that we need to keep in mind. Also, please remember this level, the 25K area. This is still an important level in my opinion, and I will explain why I say that. Want to make sure sound is good. Thank you. I wanted to see if you can actually hear me, but everything is okay with the sound. Okay, so this is what we have. This is kind of the bullish case for this for the price action. And like I said, the truth is, for the moment, we do have bullish market structure, level claimed, and more upside. But in the same time, we are approaching high time frame resistance, right? And that would be, as you can see here, and I talked about this, we do have a high time frame range. And when we do have a range, definitely we need to enable and to pull a fixed range like this. And what we get with a fixed range, we get some really important levels like value area low, point of control, and the value area high. And as you can see, the value area low was a very good support. So it was support, once again, small front run, support, another small front run. And other than that, in this section of the chart, low, which gave us the resistance, consolidation, and then the range breaking to the downside. So these kind of levels, they become important. So you can see currently the price is approaching this area, value area low of this range. So this entire section of the chart, this small range here, you can see, this is our resistance, and this is a very important resistance. Why? Because if this area, and I'm talking between basically where we are right now, 28, 600, 700, 800, so where it is, where we do have the value area low of this range. Again, with a high time frame, I wouldn't think about this to the upside or door. I would think about it more like an area. So like 1% to the upside, to the downside really doesn't make too much of a difference. It does make a difference when you're looking for a scalp, but when you're looking for a swing trade, then that is not so important. So starting with this, with the value low and up to the top of this range, we do have high, high, and we do have another high here. In this situation, I would always favor this high, but let's take this one into consideration too. So starting with 28,800 to 32,400, this is a resistance area. Let's mark, for example, this one once again for a possible swing failure pattern. So this is our current resistance. So if the price, if this is the bullish case and the strong uptrend will continue, the price needs to, first of all, get acceptance in this area and then claim it and move to the upside. So a bullish scenario would look something like this, right? So the price will, I would expect, I will get to that in a second. So bullish scenario would be something like this, some small rejection, then the price slowly starting to get acceptance, claim this level, backtest, and up we go. That would be kind of the bullish scenario for this area. Now, we are in a strong uptrend here, and we do not have weakness, not yet. So price is pushing to the upside, bullish market structure, levels of resistance flip to support and more upside. So definitely we do not have too much weakness on the chart right now. However, we are approaching resistance, right? So definitely this is not an area where you look for a long. This is a short or no trade. Also, this area, again, I have no idea how this will develop, but I do have my levels and I know the levels that I want to trade. No one knows what's going to happen, right? So that's, we talk about scenarios. So this is an area where I will look for a short or no trade. That short will start as a scalp with the possibility of turning into a day trade, possible swing trade. But for that, we need to see a couple of things on the chart. So also, let's enable a couple of levels, because in that area, we do have a couple of levels, right? So within this area, we do have this weekly, untapped weekly level, 29,873. We do have this daily, right? 31,342. It has a small, so it's small front run here, but I don't have any levels in this area. So for the moment, I would like to keep this one on the chart. So definitely we do have a couple of levels within this area of the chart. So let's keep into consideration this weekly and this daily, and obviously the top of the range, together with the value area low of the high time frame range, which currently stands around 28,800, give or take. Right. So the way I would like to approach this would be based on the rejection, right? If we start to see rejection in this area, right? Change in market structure on low time frame, 1 minute, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, that would be good enough for a scalp. Remember, we need to see the price reaching one of these levels. Maybe this could be the top, yes, 100%. But for the moment, we do not have confirmation for more downside. So I would say that the most likely scenario is the price to move to the upside, right? Until we see weakness, I would say this trend, the chances are bigger for this trend to continue. So the levels that I want to trade, like I said, the value area low here, maybe we'll see a reaction. So you can set an alert 28,800 followed by this weekly 29,873, daily 31,342, and the top of this range 32,392. So those are the levels that I want to trade. Like I said, value are low, weekly, daily, top of this range. Those are the levels that I want to trade. Now, what would be a scenario for a short here? Well, really depends. Like I said, if you're looking for a scalp, very simple. Check for the reaction. If you have access to an order flow software like ExoCharts, then you can use that. You know, you can use, for example, this template you have here. What do we have? We do have the previous day levels. We do have the previous day high, previous day value are high, daily open. We do have VWAP. They are very important levels. So here we had a swing failure pattern. So like I said, when you see a swing failure pattern, you trade the swing failure pattern. You can see the price taking the high, and now we've seen some the price pushing to the downside, moving to this area, daily open, previous day point of control, and something like that. So definitely where you're looking, you can see this rejection, the price was trying to push, swing failure pattern, liquidation, and boom, the price pushing to the downside. So definitely this is a good reaction for a swing failure pattern. This is exactly what you want to see. You want to see rejection, you want to see selling imbalances, right? This is exactly what you want to see. So if you see something like this, like I said, especially, and the price is trying here to change the market structure, right? So price make lower low. Now, if we see a lower high followed by a new lower low, you know, the chances for more downside are increasing. However, we do have VWAP here. VWAP is always a very important intraday level, but this is more for scalpers. But in terms of reaction, this is a very good reaction, and obviously this is a very good trade. Starting as a scalp, you can book some profits, move your stop loss at entry, and if you see more downside, then happy days, you make more money. If you get stopped out, you still make some money in that trade. So, and you can see here the very small swing failure pattern of this high. Now, this is exactly the type of reaction that I would like to see when the price will reach this area, or the weekly or the daily, or a swing failure pattern here at the top of this range, right? And that would be for a scalp, with the possibility to become a day trade and a possible swing trade. But for a swing trade, I would like to see something like this, because the main purpose of this stream is to cover the high time frame. So best case scenario for a swing trade here would be something like this. Let's say the price continuing the strong uptrend, the price will do something like this. Let's say we'll move here, and then we will see a swing failure pattern here. The price taking the high, getting acceptance below, if possible a backtest, and then slowly we start to see change in market structure, right? Up to this point, like I said, let's not forget about this one. So that would be a very good short. This is the best case scenario. Now, this could apply to the weekly, this could apply to the daily, or even to the value area low of the high time frame range, right? So we don't know if we going to see a reaction or where that reaction would be, but I'm prepared, and when the price will approach those levels, I know exactly what I'm looking for, right? So this would be the best case scenario, a swing failure pattern here, followed by the price getting acceptance below this level, backtest, and then if possible the price pushing to this level, right? This, in my opinion, this is still the key for this entire chart, right? Because if I would imagine, to be totally honest, I would imagine this level will give a reaction, meaning a bounce, right? So I would imagine some sort of bounce here, right? If the price just does this, then yeah, that's its weakness and gives you the confirmation for more downside. But I would imagine we will see some sort of reaction within this area, the 25K area. Now, depending on this reaction, right, we can we can see if this is the bullish or the bearish case. Because if the price, let's say we get a swing failure pattern of this high, and if the price moves to this level, right, and we start to see a bounce, definitely if you trade somewhere in this area and you think about this, this is a good trade. If the price moves here, this is a good take profit one or take profit two, really depends how you want to. But this, in my opinion, this has to be a take profit. Why? Because it is a very, very important SNR flip level. It was the level who kept the price down here, here, once again here, and after that, and currently it was claimed. So definitely this is a very, very important level. And this scenarios applies for any kind of rejection. So not only a rejection from a swing failure pattern here, but also let's say currently this is the top, right? And we start to see this, right? And the price goes here. This should be a take profit, and definitely check what's going on here. So I want to cover as many scenarios as possible, but in any scenario, this is a very important level. So if we start to see a retracement, could be from here, could be from the value area low, could be from that weekly, daily, or the top of this range, this level, it is a very, very important level, like I said. And depending on what's going on here, so let's say I'm in a short from here or from here, that would be 100% a take profit for me. And depending on the reaction here, if we start to see, I don't know, consolidation, something like this, this could be the entry for a possible long, right? Once again, starting as a scalp with the possibility to become something more than just a scalp. Okay, let me clear this just a bit. Okay, so like I said, let's say we see this, because this would be the best trading scenario, and the price goes here, right? Maybe taking some lows, then reclaiming this level. So this would be, first of all, take profit, and other than that, the possibility for a long entry. And what is the most important part is what's going on if this scenario will apply. Like I said, could be from here or anywhere in this area, or best case scenario, a swing failure pattern of this high. What will happen after that is even more important, because let's say we get this, and let's say we get this too, and we start to see a bounce here. Depending on what's going on with this bounce, that could give us some more confirmation about the uptrend or the downtrend. If the price does something like this, right? So let's say get here and the price will take this low, and that would be a new lower low on the chart. And other than that, if the price moves somewhere in this area, creating a lower high, especially if we can pull some fibs, right? Let's see, something like this, right? Somewhere around the golden pocket, right? That would give, and after that, we see something like this, so a new lower low, maybe something like this, and more downside. That would be the bearish case scenario, right? And that would lead to at least to take this low, in my opinion. So that would be the 18K area. Obviously, the swing failure pattern here would be an aggressive trade, but you see a swing failure pattern, you trade the swing failure pattern, and then if you start to see continuation, meaning change in market structure from bullish to bearish on low time frame, with continuation once again on higher time frame, if you see bearish order flow, if you see level loss, then this could be a very, very good trade. Like I said, this is still, in my opinion, still an important area. And what's going on after that, this would be the bearish scenario. So a retracement, somewhere here around the golden pocket, right? Again, this is scenario, maybe we will have some more information, some new levels to get more confluences in that area, but no, just to have a general idea. So for the bearish scenario, I would not like to see the price making a new higher high here. So this scenario is based on a retracement, right? And let's say you missed this move, this would also be a good swing trading opportunity, because you trade here, you have your invalidation above this level, and if this is the bearish scenario, your take profit one should be somewhere in this area. So you'll be targeting a new lower low. What's happening? What will happen after that? That is totally different story. But this would be a bearish scenario. A bearish scenario would look something like this. Again, doesn't have to go this high. We could see a rejection from the value area low here, from the weekly, from the daily, but this would be a very, very good possible swing trade, especially if we get this, right? So keep this in mind. Now let's clean this part, let's clean this one and this one. Okay, now like I said, if we get something like this, this is a very important level, and here we start to see the bounce, right? Take profit, first of all, an important level should be a take profit, and same goes for this. If you are in a long from here, or I don't know, somewhere in this area, and if the price moves to this area, this should be a take profit. Doesn't mean that you have to close the entire trade, but this should be a take profit, and after that, depending on the reaction, this could be the entry for a possible trade. Okay, but let's get back to our scenario. So that was the bearish scenario. The bullish scenario would be something like this, right? The price pushing here, something like this, and something like this. So the price making a new higher high. Higher high, back testing this level, and another push to the upside. So that would be the bullish scenario, where we see the price taking this high, for example, right? Then backtesting the resistance, 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 now flip to support, and the uptrend could potentially continue, right? So let's pay attention to these levels, right? And to this level. So the price is approaching right now a resistance area, starting with 28, 29K area and up to 32. So this is a resistance area. The only trade that I will look in this area would be a short or no trade, right? It's too late, in my opinion, to look for a swing long here. Swing long possible here. I mean, each time you're looking for a long, you want to see a retracement. The retracement, you see the support holding, you see good reaction, that is your trade. Start as a scalp, day trade with the possibility of a swing trade. So pay attention to this scenario, because they are the only scenarios that you have right now for a swing trade. Scalps, day trades, you can get that a lot. That's why I was showing you this. I mean, swing failure pattern, price moves here, you know, we do have volatility, we do have good volume. I mean, look at the volume, it's good. 26, 7, 13, 16, 18, 40 million. If you have access to an order flow software, if you know the little bit about the order flow, that should give you the edge when you're trading. And most important, wait for the price to approach a level. Don't trade in the middle of nowhere. That most of the time will end up in a losing trade. Okay, so this is what I'm looking for, like high time frame for this area. Like I said, we're approaching high time frame resistance, right? At resistance, by definition, you book profits and you look for a short or no trade, right? Now, let's say, like I said, if we get something like this, my main target should be somewhere around 19, 18K area, basically this low here. Obviously with continuation to the downside, if that is the very, very bearish case. But let's say the price will continue to the upside here. right? And no reaction in this area, and this area will be claimed. That would be very, very, very bullish. And if the main trading idea is this range, if the price will claim the value are low, and if the price managed to get acceptance back into this high time frame range and no reaction in this area, so no rejection, then the next important level would be actually the point of control of this range, and that would be around 47k area. Also, we do have some other confluences there, and that would be the golden pocket pulled from obviously to the higher high to the lower low, right? So we do have this area here, right? And if this section of the chart will be claimed, then the high time frame, the next important area would be this one, starting with the point of control. We do have liquidity here, we do have the golden pocket, and I'm pretty sure if we enable the horizontal level, we should have some. Okay, so we do have, look at this, a monthly untapped monthly level 45,500 and 45,509, daily, weekly here. Okay, in between we do have this daily and some liquidity, so obviously we need to pay attention to this kind of levels, but because, like I said, this stream is focused on high time frame levels. If this area will be claimed, there is not much up to, you know, this area 45-50k area, so that would be the next area to trade. Claim this area, and yeah, a new higher high is possible on the chart. Like I said, I'm not bullish, I'm not bearish, I'm just trading this chart level to level, and those are the high time frame levels that I want to take into consideration, and that is what I want to trade. I always want to trade where I have the possibility for more. Let's say I'm looking for a short, where the possibility for more downside are very good, and also where I have a close invalidation. That way I can use the correct risk management. I can calculate so I can calculate the position size for my trade, and other than that, as long as the reaction is the correct one, you know, there is no reason not to take that trade. Same story with the long. You want to trade always a retracement, like I said, for example, this SNR flip level, right? Here the possibilities, as long as this level holds, the possibilities for more upside are very good. If the price gets acceptance below this level, then I should be out of the trade for a minimum loss. Losses are just part of the game, so yeah, you don't have to worry too much if you take a loss from time to time. Okay, so that would be basically what I'm looking for, high time frame within this area. Now, more locally, we need to see what levels do we actually, and that would be, okay, fair enough, we do have a couple of levels. So we do have a new untapped daily level, that would be 26,987. Okay, plus we do have, obviously we do have the high time frame SNR flip level, but also we do have here this local SNR flip level, right? This was resistance, flip to support. So yeah, definitely more upside is possible. So for the bullish case, I don't like to see this daily level lost and this low. Possible swing failure pattern here, yes, with continuation with more upside, especially if this daily level would be claimed. But this daily level and this level here, that would be 26,600, give or take, that would be an important area of support. If this level would be lost, then there's not too much up to this SNR flip level, high time frame SNR flip level. Again, don't think about this to the absolute dollar, right? Think about this more as an area. Then below we do have this daily 24,366, some more liquidity here from this consolidation, right? And other than that, we do have this new weekly level. So there it is, a new weekly level. That's always something to take into consideration. Let's move back to daily. And also here, let's not forget about this, about the high time frame range that we had below. So confirmation, For more downside will come if the price managed to get acceptance back into this range. So below this could be considered top of the range, so the 25k area. And then if the price managed to get acceptance back into the value area of this range. That's why I was showing you this level, this daily, this weekly, and we also have an untapped daily level here, 20,195. Together, same level, give or take a couple of dollars of difference with the point of control of this range. So definitely those are the levels that we need to pay attention to the downside. Let's say this is the top and now we start to see rejection. I don't think it's the most likely scenario. I would like a push to the upside, right? Let's say to the weekly or to the daily, or at least to the value area low here. So personally, I would like a push to the upside. That would give me a better shorting opportunity, but also we need to take into consideration the fact that this could be the top. I mean, could be, why not? But for that, I would like to see, like I said, this daily lost, no swing failure pattern here, and then that opens the possibility for this level and for more downside. Other than that, we should have a couple of naked points of control in this area. Okay, so we do have a daily naked point of control, 26,598. Okay, so you can see again confluences for this area, and other than that, the rest we do have a daily and a weekly naked point of control somewhere around 24,850. So once again, we move to this area. So if we see a rejection here, there's not much. I mean, obviously the price is pushing to the upside, great. But also we need to see what are the possible levels of support. And right now support we do have from this daily to this daily naked point of control. If this naked point of control will be lost, there's not much to this area, right? So starting with the high time frame SNR flip level, daily, weekly, naked point of control, daily, and this liquidity here. So definitely pay attention to this level, so this area here, and also this area. That is where you want to, first of all, book some profits if you're in a short, or if a short trading opportunity will appear later during the day. This is where you want to book profits, and depending on the reaction, you know, the price could push. Lose this level, and then we move to this area. Lose this area, and then yeah, then we get back to the scenarios that I showed you earlier. So if this level will be lost, then definitely that opens the possibility for the point of control for the 2019k area, basically for this low. But like I said, we are not there yet. Personally, like I said, I would like a push higher, and then depending on the reaction, we need to see what's going on there. But in terms of support, because a strong push to the upside doesn't always create a lot of support. So in terms of support, basically this is what we have. We do have this area from the daily to the daily naked point of control, and this low, and other than that, this area. So we need to see, we need to be patient, and we need to see how this will develop. Also, over the last couple of days, and that's normal within a strong trending day, we can see single prints forming here. So this kind of single prints could potentially act as support or resistance depending on the situation, right? So we do have a single print here. That's interesting because usually you don't see too many single prints forming during the weekend, but this is interesting here. Other than that, selling tail, buying tail, and we do have a small selling tail here. So definitely, and again, if you have access to an order flow software, you know, this is very, very interesting to see how the price reacts to this single print or value area gaps, or whatever you want to call it. But those are important areas. Other than that, I showed you what I'm looking for. That is my trading plan for this week. And like I said, depending on what's going on, I want to trade the value area low here. I want to trade the weekly level, daily level, and the swing failure pattern of the top of the range. If If this is the top, then confirmation comes from the price moving below this daily, no swing failure pattern here, and then we move to this area. Lose this area, price get acceptance back below this level, then that can be seen as sign of weakness. And once again, level to level, daily, liquidity, and then we move to this area. Like I said, level to level based on reaction. This is how I like to trade on the Bitcoin chart. And for scalps, definitely, I mean, you do have templates, you do have previous day levels, you can enable previous week levels or previous month levels. Other than that, you can check this, what's going on with the volume, open interest, delta, if we have absorption, and always try to look for a trade where you do have very close invalidation and a lot of possibilities for more downside or for more upside, depending on the situation. Okay, so that would be Bitcoin. Let's take a quick look at what ES is doing here. ES, same story. We are in a range, right? And currently the price is just consolidating around the point of control of this range. The price moved here, took this area that I wanted to see taken after the rejection from this level, right? Went a bit deeper, fair enough, no problem there. But currently, as you can see, the point of control is holding as support. As long as the point of control is holding as support, I would say more upside is possible. Other than that, we are kind of forming a range between the local golden pockets, right? Something like this to the upside and also to the downside. So basically, when you're trading, you want to keep it as simple as possible. So golden pocket, golden pocket. Now, the next areas where we do have liquidity, because even on this chart and on any chart, we need to think about liquidity. We do have liquidity here and here, obviously above, and we also have liquidity here. So we need to see how this day and week will develop, but high time frame, as long as this level, as the point of control is holding as support, I would say more upside is possible. How much more upside? That we need to wait, we need to have our levels ready, and if you see a good reaction, then obviously you can trade. Some horizontal levels here, right? So we still have this weekly level. It's not a new one, but keep doing the job here. Also, we do have this daily level. We had this daily level untapped, obviously was tapped this morning. I will still keep this one on my chart, right? Untapped daily level. And if we move to weekly, also we do have this untapped weekly level. That would be 4,049. I'm used to Bitcoin price. Okay, so let's see. I'm not gonna go too much in depth about this chart. Obviously, there are a lot of scalps to be taken in between. The volatility is good. I mean, we talk about only today we had 2% move, so definitely. And you can see those levels are very, very well respected. But other than that, and like high time frame, as long as the point of control of this range is holding, yeah, as support, I would say more upside is possible, right? DXY. DXY, obviously, I need to start once again with this high time frame channel, right? High time frame channel. As you can see right now, the price is getting acceptance slowly back into this channel, right? Price moves here, took a couple of heights, right? Then we do have an SNR flip level. You can see, boom, the price get acceptance here, the push to the downside, push to the upside. Once again, the fib levels are very, very well respected here. As you can see, basically the golden pocket here, and also this low, if I remember correctly. Oops, sorry. This low was somewhere around the golden pocket. That's 0.71 just below. So definitely the fibs are working on any chart, but high time frame here, as long as the price is below this level and back into the high time frame channel, that is not bullish price action. Now, doesn't mean that this section of the chart, this is bearish, not yet, no. It gives the possibility for more downside, but also we need to pay attention to this kind of levels, right? So we do have this low for a possible swing failure pattern, right? This one, and maybe the price would take this level and it will move once again to this area. Then obviously we start to search for more liquidity, and we do have low, and also if we start to pull some fibs here, check what's going on. So if the price, we will see no reaction here, no swing failure pattern, because the very nice scenario would be if the price would do something like this, right? Take this low, boom, pushes somewhere in this area, depending on what's going on here, right? We start to see this, then more upside. But if we see something like this, that the price takes this low swing failure pattern, then the price just moves here. Definitely this should be a take profit, and then maybe the price will do something like this, take this lows here, golden pocket, and moves back to this level. So definitely there are a lot of levels and a lot of scalps on basically on any chart, as long as you have some high time frame levels and then you can add some low time frame or mid time frame levels, then definitely there should be some trading opportunities on any chart. And you always want to keep your TA as, you know, as simple as possible. Couple of lines, you know, with a very clear trading idea. You know where you're wrong, you know where you're right. Like I said, if you lose a trade, it's not the end of the world. Losing is part of the trading game. As long as you accept that, trading should become so much easier, especially if you use the correct risk management for each trade. So yeah, those are the levels that I want to see. I'm interested in the reaction. I'm not trading this asset, not yet anyway, but definitely I'm interested in what DXY is doing because of the correlation, the inverse correlation with ES and the Bitcoin chart. So definitely to the downside, those are the levels that I want to see if we will have some sort of reaction. These lows and definitely these lows. I wonder if we push, if we pull a fib like this. Okay, we are kind of in this area. Okay, fair enough. And this would be 786 comes here. Okay, fair enough. But like I said, this level and then lower, that would be the area that I want to check for a possible reaction. Okay, so this is Bitcoin, this is ES. Let's see if we have some questions, because I have some time to spare. Maybe, who knows? If you had some paper trades open from higher, say 58k Bitcoin and 43 Ethereum, would you consider closing them if they were a real trade? First of all, if I had like a swing short from higher, definitely when the price is approaching this kind of levels, I mean, hopefully you book some profits. But other than that, I would say if the price managed to claim this level, and if the price get acceptance to this, back into this range, yes, that would be sign of strength. And at that point in time, yeah, maybe it's the time to let's say not close the entire trade, but you know, book some more profits, definitely. So for me, claiming this level, this is definitely sign of strength. And if the price managed to get acceptance in here, so we claim the 32k area, then yes, that opens the possibility once again for 45, 50k area. So yeah, definitely that would be a sign of strength. And when you see sign of strength, then you need to manage your trades accordingly. We have a CME gap around 29,161. Would you mark it for a possible reaction? Yes. Yes, I would. Let's see if we can get that. Oh, this one. Okay. Yes, that could be. Yeah. So we do have this one. Okay. Actually, we tapped it. Let me see if I can pull this. Okay, so we actually, yeah, we tapped that level. Yeah, I missed this one. That's very good. So now we know actually the reason for this. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, I missed this one, but yeah, the gaps they work very well because we've seen this one filled here and the 20K gap. Okay, now we had another one here. This one, for the moment gave reaction. Then we do have another one here. Yeah, these gaps they work very well. Yeah, so that's very good point. Yeah, definitely. Regarding the news, what we should pay attention. Let's see the news. Okay, so we do have this one and this one. Okay, comes. Okay, yeah, we need to pay attention to this. So that would be on Wednesday. Okay, that's interesting. No, we definitely need to pay attention to this because most of the time we could have volatility. Now, depending on what's going on, so let's say this range here will continue for another 2 days, right? Then I would say the possibilities, if we get volatilities, the possibilities for a push to the upside, right, are increasing. So it really depends. Or let's say the price will be here and the news and everything, then I would always favor a swing failure pattern. Now, also it is kind of hard to trade when the news come because usually you don't know how the price will react. You can anticipate a move or the direction, but usually I like to trade when I see the price, when I see the price moving. And let's say the price let's say we will continue consolidating here. And let's say the price, right, the news comes and then, the price will do this. So I'm okay with losing this part of the move because you never know what's going to happen, as long as after the news I see the swing failure pattern. So let's say I miss this part of the chart, this part of the moves, but I can take the trade to the opposite direction. So definitely we need to pay attention to the news because they most of the time they do bring the volatility. But remember, volatility, it's hard to anticipate which way that volatility will go, to the upside, to the downside. Obviously we could get some ideas, some clues, but volatility is volatility. So if you have like a good trading plan, then definitely good, go for it with a good invalidation and so on. If you don't have, or if you think the price is somewhere in the middle of nowhere, just wait for the volatility and then you can trade it accordingly. I mean, you need to trade based on the actual facts, based on the price action, not based on what you think is going to happen. That, sometimes you could be right, but sometimes you could be wrong about it. But yeah, definitely we need to pay attention to this kind of news and this kind of events because they do bring the volatility. That's a given. They shouldn't, but hey, it is what it is, and we need to adapt to these market conditions. Gala, I don't have time right now. I'll post something in the group if something. Gala. It's like this chart is kind of messy because usually when I trade it becomes messy and what is that? Horizontal levels. But just to keep everything in like 5 minutes, right? can see when I'm trading, this becomes a bit messy. But currently we are here. We are at the value area high of this range. Value area high plus the golden pocket, right? So this is what we have right now. Now we are, somewhere in the middle here. So I don't see a very scalps. 100% there are scalps to be taken on this chart, but high time frame, we are here. This is the main reason for our rejection. We need to see how this will develop. My best guess is that it will follow whatever Bitcoin is doing, to the upside or to the downside. Like I said, I need to go more in depth with this, but I'll post something in the in Discord about this. Obviously, I'm still trading this because some of these trades are really, really, really easy to take, especially when you have a range like this. And this kind of range, I mean, we talk about 28%, okay, from the value low to the value high. So imagine it's fairly easy to catch 1 to 3% moves on this chart, and the volatility is really, really good. Again, you can use the order flow but as additional confirmation, but technically this is your TA. This is high time frame. This is what you need for this kind of chart. Obviously you can add some horizontal levels, something like that, but other than that, basically this is my my high time frame levels. And obviously going to even higher time frame, we can add some more levels on the chart. Okay. Yes, they are hard to trade, but this is the thing. Yes, we do have high volatility, but also the levels are very well respected, right? So like I said, if you have a good trading plan, then go for it. But usually it's better to not to anticipate the move, but to react, to the price action that you have there. If, let's say, if the price is at support, I'll always favor a bounce. If the price is at resistance, then I'll always favor a drop. That would be the general case. But yeah, sometimes I do understand they are very, very hard to trade. That's why, if you miss let's say you get during the news, you see a push to the upside, then there's no reason. When you see more information, more data, then you can trade the move to the opposite direction. So really depends how you want to play this kind of moves. Yes, sometimes they are tricky, but even with high volatility, the technical levels are very well respected. Okay, so that will be all for this update. Let's see how this day will develop. And like I showed you, the levels that I want to trade, to the upside, to the downside, that would be my trading plan. We need to see if that is a good trading plan or not. Other than that, obviously we have a Discord server. You can find us there. You can find me on Twitter. Our website is up and running, succeedrepeated.com. Also, if you're trading on Bybit, you can use our link and you'll get 20% off fees, plus depending on how much you deposit, you can get up to 30k bonuses. So definitely this is a very, very good deal, one of the best in the markets right now. So I've heard a couple of people, they want to match our bonuses, so good luck with that. But yeah, definitely this is a very, very good deal right now. Like I said, other than that, I'll post in Discord, on Twitter. If you follow me on Twitter, then you'll get the updates. That'll be all for this update. For the premium members in Discord, obviously we get an update every day, and then I share my my trading ideas, my trade with wins and losses and everything. So if you're interested in that, obviously you can join our Discord. And yeah, I guess that will be all for today. I'll catch you for the on the next Monday for the free update. Other than that, I'll catch you in Discord after this update so we can start trading, and obviously with the usual updates every day. Until next week, thank you for everything. Cheers and bye bye.